Gonna do? Jeremiah sent out a video last week of the Frontliners, one of the guys on the Frontliners, and we play a lot of their music. Can't remember the names of them right now, but it's real good music. All right, Jeremiah's gonna tell me.
Yeah, it's really good. Guns Down we played, and we played Can't Break Us.
Can't Break Us. Yeah, so if you remember their music, they're really good, and he has something to say about this holy hip hop thing. Now, if you don't know what holy hip hop is, we just made an announcement about it in the entertainment report that it's based in Atlanta. They do an event every year called the Holy Hip Hop Awards. We've been to it several times. We have an artist that's pretty prominently featured in there, Jay Quest, that we support, and a couple other ones that we support too. The Clergy performed last year, but overall, it's a mess, man. It's a mess. I think it's a mess, and I think a lot of artists go to it, but I don't think fans go to it.
The funny thing is, like, the more known artists, like, they don't come to it.
Nah.
Like, you don't see like you know, like the hip hop awards for BT, you're gonna have Lil Wayne and
the best artists,
everybody there.
It's
like,
really just a showcase.
Genre, none of them like really come.
It's really a showcase of the artists that they support. Really, that's what it is. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it, but Frontliners guy, he doesn't have mixed feelings. He has very strong feelings. And you got it? You ready?
Yeah, but it's still over. No.
All right. Well, okay. All right. So let me tell you what I feel about it. Holy Hip Hop Awards. The first time I went, it was a Thursday night event. They used to do Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yeah.
And the Thursday night event, I went with Kenny and James and some other people I can't remember. And it was at a hotel.
Okay.
In like a hotel ballroom type thing. And they had artists perform. Just one performed too. And it was just real church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, okay, we were all sitting there. And I guess people weren't feeling who was performing at the time, so people were talking in the background. And then this older lady, I would say, got up and got on the mic and said, this is the Lord's house, and if you love the Lord, you need to focus and pay attention. These people are ministering the gospel, like scolding you to like the music, right? And it just kind of showed me, like, that's what this music is about. It's like you feel guilted into liking it versus just liking it just because it's good, you know? And that's kind of like the opposite of what I'm about. Like, if it's not good, then just don't even let me see it, right? So I just thought it was a bad representation of what we're trying to do, and it makes me not want to be associated with it.
Just because somebody told you to, like, it's almost kind of like praise and worship. Like, you go to a church and everybody, and the praise and worship leader is praising God and they leading you through worship. Then all of a sudden he says, "Okay, everybody lift your hands." It's almost on that same line, a little bit, but it's sometimes with us it's almost like forced.
Okay, well, all right. Well, then, okay, Friday night I went to the event, right? And there was a dude on stage with him and his mom, by the way. Him and his mom on stage with a blue jumpsuit on with a lightning strike going down the side of it, right? He's doing like, he's rapping, and he's doing like karate kicks during this. That's the kind of mess. That's the kind of mess I'm talking about.
I can't.
And then one year, this dude brought his dad on stage with his FUBU jersey.
Oh Lord, FUBU.
But you know what? I think one thing, only problem I always have with it is that it never ends. We leave at like 12 o'clock and it's still going. People are still going.
And the people in the audience are waiting to get on stage.
Right. It's not quality and it's long as crap. That is wrong.
That's right.
It's bad. And it's like you don't want to leave. You feel bad for getting up, but it's bad. It's bad.
I mean, you always have like Mr. Dell always is there.
Yeah.
Kenton Jones, well, if Kenton ain't doing nothing, I guess. No, because like he's the one that starts off the praise and worship.
He was there one time.
Yeah, and he does his thing.
Mace was there one time.
I heard Mace came in like interrupted. Somebody told me, I read it somewhere where he was like, he came and like he got on stage and was like, I want to apologize to everybody about holy hip hop because this or that. So, but yeah.
I don't know, man. I just feel like I'm trying to remember the point that you're about to hear in the video clip, but it just it's a limiting name for what we do. Cause like okay, and you'll hear this in a second. The point that he made was holiness to us is a good thing. It means you're set apart, that you're trying to be like Jesus. But holiness to the world is kind of prideful. I'm holy. I'm holier than you, holier than thou. So when you say holy hip hop, to them it sounds like you're saying better than you hip hop. Clip ready to go. Alright, let's go, Jeremiah.
Track on the third verse, which I rapped on, I basically said a phrase that people are now catching on to and are starting to ask, yo, what did Brother Wise mean when he said, listen, I am not Triple H, please don't confuse the two. If you see a lot of fakers, homie, I am with you. What does he mean by that? Does he not affiliate with Christian music anymore? Is he not doing Christian music? Does he not believe in holiness? You know, and I'm sure people's minds are spinning over this one phrase. But that's cool. This is music. You know, it's going to cause some controversy sometimes. Let me explain it. The reason why I said I am not holy hip-hop, I am not Triple H, please don't confuse the two. A few reasons. One, I believe holy hip-hop is a limited label or term or phrase to use for the music that God is creating in and through us. Okay? It's limited. The music that God is creating through you and through me and through the Frontliners, this music is powerful. It presents the gospel. It edifies. It encourages. It inspires. It motivates. It challenges. Alright? It does a lot of things. The music itself should not be limited to one term being holy. Yes, holiness is an aspect to our music because we try to present music that is correct in the Spirit of God. We want to present music that is not in error when it comes to the language that we use, when it comes to certain principles. So we're not talking about flossing, we're not cursing, we're not doing certain things that are contrary to the will of God. We're also not rejecting the name of Jesus Christ and who he is and his lordship over our lives. You know, so that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the fact that only using the term holy in the term holy hip hop is not enough to define the music I would like God to create through me, what God should create through the Frontliners, and what I would like God to create through you. All right. 2, the world's definition of holiness is different from the church's definition of holiness. We as a church believe that our holiness, our righteousness comes through Jesus Christ. And that only through Jesus Christ we are empowered to live a holy lifestyle, one that is sanctified daily. So we believe that. But the world's definition of holy is someone that does more good works than another, someone who thinks that they're better than somebody. So even though that may be a warped perspective compared to the Christian perspective of holiness, the bottom line is there is hypocrisy in all of us. We battle the flesh every day. Even in our holy hip-hop genre, there are rappers that right now are probably watching porn. There are rappers that stubbed their toe today and started to curse. There are rappers that cheated on their wife. There are rappers that do a lot of things in our genre that we don't even know about sometimes. And so to say that we are holy hip-hop, I don't know if we're communicating the right message to the public. It's hard to, in one phrase, explain to them that what we truly mean is that God is our righteousness and we find holiness through Jesus Christ, and that daily we are improving in holiness through his power. But come on now, you can't put that in a genre name. So holy hip hop, the label, has an air of hypocrisy to it, and we all see it in ourselves. And I just feel like it's not the right term to use, especially in front of people that we're trying to reach that don't know God. The other reason why I said I am not Triple H is because I don't really believe that the term holy hip hop describes the demographic that we want to reach. People who listen to classical music, they're a particular demographic. People who listen to contemporary Christian music, they're a particular demographic. People that listen to gospel choir music, they are a particular type of demographic. So when we say holy hip hop, what demographic are we trying to reach? It seems to me that holy hip hop restricts our demographic to those that are quote-unquote holy, those that are quote-unquote in the family of God, those that are in the pews, those that are in the church, those that know God, know Jesus Christ already.